Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. I have wonderful guests in studio. It's Brett Bonet, president and co-founder of Quality Logo Products, and he's joined by Kelsey Brown, who's a communications specialist with him. Welcome.
Thanks for having us. Pleasure to be here.
So tell us a little bit about Quality Logo Products.
Yeah, so Quality Logo Products is a company that my co-founder and business partner, Michael Wanger, started out of North Central College about 15 years ago. And we specialize in putting logos on everything from t-shirts, pens, and hats. One of the highest ROI and least cost per impression promotional products or marketing methods out there. We basically put logos on stuff.
You put logos on stuff, and hey, we want logos on stuff. So tell me a little bit, you've been in business for 15 years, and what have you learned along the way that you can share with other small businesses?
Yeah, as with every business, we had our struggles. Going back to our roots as a young company, money and finances was definitely a struggle. Quality Logo Products was personally financed by ourselves, so no loans, no outside investments, and we're proud to say that's still the case today. So, we don't owe Uncle Sam or Mr. Bank any kind of money. So getting that kind of money as too young and probably arguably not the smartest kids out of college was a challenge. And the staffing was also a difficulty for us too. Luckily today we're 115 employees and about 30 of those are also North Central College alums. So North Central College connection is very strong. But having those employees come and join us when it was literally out of my basement was the biggest challenge, and I'm happy to report that a vast majority of those people who suffered through those terrible working environments, just short of child labor, are still with us today.
Oh, you're funny. I think lots of small businesses who are very successful today can really claim somebody's basement as their starting point, and I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, we legit had a laptop that was missing an A and an S key because it was so destroyed, and yeah, it was literally in my basement, unfinished, concrete. It was brutal.
That's great. But you all believe, or you believe in your product so much, and Kelsey, you do, that you have a campaign that you're starting. So tell me a little bit about what is the campaign, and tell me about it.
Yeah, so Give Your Brand a Hand is a monthly initiative where we give away $500 worth of promotional products every single month. And so initially when people hear that, sometimes the reaction is $500, like that's it. But the reality is with promotional products, your money goes so far. So some of the items can cost 20 cents or less a piece. And so when you're talking about what $500 can get you, comparing promotional products to another form of advertising, it's a way better return on your investment than putting out a digital advertisement, for example, especially for a small business owner who doesn't have the money to do that to begin with. So really what it's all about is kind of boosting these small businesses, nonprofit organizations as well. And to qualify for the initiative, you have to make less than $1 million per year and have fewer than 50 employees.
Brett, is this a little bit to kind of celebrate your roots, to give that small company that you were once a little bit of a push?
I mean, more or less. Yeah, I mean, ironically, when we were starting out as a small business, we didn't even have the $500 to spend on our own products, right? So, I mean, I wish I could have done this to myself. But yeah, it's definitely a way to kind of get people, let them know the value of the product. Free is no barrier to entry. And we really want to give the opportunity to a small business to give it a shot. I mean, $500 can go a long way if it's done the right way. And obviously the selfish motivation for us is as well to hopefully get them hooked on the promotional products once they see the value of it. Right.
Well, and you get, I think once you get going with a logo product, that has been for NCTV, it's been my best form of advertising is put my crew out in t-shirts and logoed all over, because people see them and recognize them. But we stepped it because we were and we still are small, but we're really tiny, so we understand the basement analogy really a lot. But talk to me a little bit about the types of products you're using now, because I think one of the keys for success for NCTV was to put them in gear that they would wear and they would like.
Right. So I think one of the most important parts is choosing an item that's functional. So something like a coffee cup or even a tote bag that you take to the grocery store every time you go to Aldi and you need a bag to put your items in. They're functional items that they're a subtle form of advertising. So most of the time, people, they don't feel like they're carrying around a billboard wherever they go, and making sure that those items are functional, that they're easy to look at, and a lot of times they hang on to these things for years at a time. And as Brett touched on, it's one of the most affordable ways to advertise your business. So we really encourage the opportunity for these small businesses and nonprofit organizations to spread the word about their initiative in a way that is the most beneficial for them.
Who have been some of your lucky winners?
So in January, this one is a cause that is near and dear to our hearts. It was a nonprofit organization, and they're based out of Georgia, and they're called Operation Appreciation, and it's an entirely volunteer-run organization, and everything they do is to benefit servicemen and women. Nice. So they even have a retreat on the little plot of land that one lady purchased out of her own pocket just to give back to the local community and say, I want to make a difference. But they were noticing a lot of people didn't know about them, and they need donations, they need this other support from the community as well. So they selected some cooler bags they could give away with their logo on it, and everywhere those people go, they'll say, hey, what is that, and how can I learn more about it?
That's awesome. Now, you have a lot of competition. There's a lot of people who are offering.
Yeah.
No, there's not. There's not.
What sets you apart, and what makes you special?
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, we really, really pride ourselves on our customer service. So, and I know everybody says this, but it's true. We have a team that will pick up the phone right when you call. You're not talking to a robot. You're not talking to somebody who is outside of the country, and it might be hard to reach them to begin with. You're talking with people who their dedication to promotional products in your business is so sincere, and you can tell it from the moment they pick up the phone.
And I'm going to kind of add to that as well, too. I mean, you've definitely hit the nail on the head, and I always say there's no competition because we're the best. But, there are 30,000 distributors who actually do the exact same thing that we do. We're the 13th largest in the nation by revenue. And, customer service is one thing, but when Mike and I first started out the company out of North Central College, we both had a good technology background, and we actually have everything we do from our website to our CRM to all our marketing technologies is developed in-house. And we actually hold about 5 or 6 patents. And the nice thing about that is that no one can knock that off or, take that and reproduce it. So the customer service is great. It's part of the secret sauce, but definitely technology and that platform of just going the road less traveled is what's really allowed us to have that success.
Mm-hmm. I also think part of your secret sauce, as you mentioned, is your
Kelsey.
Well, Kelsey, definitely. Well, and your kindness and your passion. I can tell that just sitting across from you that you really know that this is a key lever for business success, is to get that logo out there on a variety of different cool items. So I can't thank you guys enough for stopping by and telling us a little bit about your company and the campaign. So we wish you continued success. We know you're going to be successful. We'll be right back with more Business Connection. Stay tuned.